So what I have here is 2 pounds of short ribs. I washed them, patted them dry, just added some salt and pepper on all sides of it. You can just roll around on the surface to get it on all sides. So I have in here some avocado oil. And we're just going to get a nice sear on each side of the meat. You see how it won't give? That means it's not ready to turn over yet. But when it is, that's when you get all the flavor. A sear is going to allow us to get a lot of flavor into the meat. Don't recommend cooking it without searing first. It took about 2 batches to cook them. I've removed them, set them on a plate, and put some aluminum foil on the plate while I cook our vegetables. So the first thing I did was I took 3 garlics, cut them in half, and put them in the oil. This is going to infuse our oil with the garlic flavor. After that, I removed the garlic. We're going to use that later to add back to the short ribs. So make sure you pick out every little bit because it will burn. So here we are. We have our mirepoix, which includes 2 strings of carrots, 2 celery stalks, and 1 white onion. I also added an 8-ounce pack of white button mushrooms. I cut up a jalapeno, put that in there as well. Added some salt and pepper, and just mix that. I left some space so I could add some tomato paste. Now we're just mixing in the tomato paste. And I added 1 cut up tomato. I just diced it. That's 1 cup of red wine. You can just pick any dry wine. You can also use a Guinness beer. I also added some chicken stock. And once that comes to a boil, that's when you want to return the meat. This is going to cook for quite a while. But once we put all the meat in there, we also want to put all those resting juices in there as well. Because that's a whole lot of flavor that we don't want to get rid of. And we're also going to return the garlic. I put some sprigs of thyme and some rosemary in there as well. I found some other garlic and I decided to just throw that in too. So, in a preheated oven, 350, this is going to cook for 3.5 hours. I know it's a long time, 3.5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
1 eternity later.
So after 3.5 hours, this is what it looks like when it comes out of the pan. What we're going to do is we're going to fish out that garlic and we're going to fish out that thyme and that rosemary. I just got a little cup and just put it all in there. This is all trash. We're going to throw this away. So once we take it all out, this is what the sauce looks like. So I'm just going to pick out my meat and put it on a serving tray. I also picked out those carrots as well because they're full of flavor. Don't want to get rid of those. And then the remainder of the sauce, I strained it. This part's a little delicate. It tends to be very messy. I just need a bigger strainer, but work with what we have. Just get out as much as you can. It should be quite a bit. I think I was able to get about 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup. So then we're going to heat up a pan. After our sauce is strained, and we're going to pour it in the pan. And we're going to reduce this. So once it comes to a boil, it starts to sizzle like this. Just give it a little bit of a mix. I just want it to come down a little bit. And once it does, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it. This sauce has done all that it needs to do. I just want to reduce it, add some butter to it. And that's all that it needs. Your sauce is pretty much done at this point. So I'm just going to pour that on the short ribs. It's a little food porn for you. That sauce is the best sauce you'll ever make. It was so good. Had so much flavor in it. It took us 3 hours to get it. So we're going to serve it on a plate along with the carrots. Hey, why not? Let's get another piece of short rib on there. Can't just eat 2 pieces, can we? Yeah. Also made a salad. Decided to put that on there as well. I'm going to make another video showing you how I make the salad. I put a little bit of everything in there. And there you have it. Short ribs. Boneless short ribs. So good, so delicious. You gotta try it. Thanks for watching.